The Sabbath, the key to understanding God's law. Long before Moses stood on the smoking peaks of Mount Sinai, before the thundering voice of God shook the earth, the Sabbath existed. It was carved into the very fabric of creation, woven into the rhythm of the universe. On the seventh day, God rested, not out of exhaustion, but as a declaration, a symbol, a command. When he created the world in 6 days, he could have stopped there. But he didn't. He sanctified the seventh day, blessed it, and called it holy. Genesis 2:2-3. The Sabbath became a memorial of his authority as creator, a weekly reminder that he alone reigns over heaven and earth. It is the only commandment that begins with the word remember. Yet it is the most forgotten. A law etched in stone. Fast forward to Sinai, where lightning split the sky and smoke billowed from the mountain's summit. God descended in fire, and his voice roared across the wilderness. The earth trembled, the people quaked, and the 10 Commandments were spoken. But they weren't merely spoken, they were written by the very finger of God on tablets of stone, etched permanently as a testament to their immutability. Exodus 31:18. And among those 10, the Sabbath commandment stood tall. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. Exodus 20:8. This was no footnote, no afterthought. It was the longest of the 10 Commandments and the only one that linked God's authority as creator to his sovereignty over mankind. The great controversy: who changed it? But look around today. Churches fill on Sundays, mosques gather on Fridays, and the seventh day lies abandoned. How did it happen? Who dared to shift the divine command? History provides the answer, and it's not hidden. The Catholic Church openly claims the authority for this change. In the Convert's Catechism of Catholic Doctrine, it states, "The Church substituted Sunday for Saturday by the plenitude of that divine power which Jesus Christ bestowed upon her." But did Christ grant that power? He himself declared, "Think not that I am come to destroy the law, but to fulfill." Matthew 5:17. He kept the Sabbath, his disciples kept the Sabbath, and nowhere in Scripture is there a mandate to change it. So why has the world bowed to tradition over command? Why have pastors, priests, imams, and even skeptics defended a practice with no biblical foundation? A test of loyalty. The Sabbath is more than just a day of rest. It is a sign of loyalty to the Creator. It is a declaration that man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God. It is an acknowledgement of his authority and his rightful place as king. The prophet Isaiah foretold that in the new heavens and the new earth, from one Sabbath to another, all flesh shall come to worship before me. Isaiah 66:23. If the Sabbath remains in the eternal kingdom, how much more should it be honored now? To reject the Sabbath is to reject the very mark of God's authority. It is to cast aside the one command that declares him as creator. If God did not change it, who did? And who gave them the right? The question remains, will you honor the day that God sanctified or follow the traditions of men?